Now, the Dogs got themselves a huge victory on the road in Knoxville. They come back. The defense, it bent, but it didn't break. It got some big stops. The offense, it got the number of points they needed. They did everything they needed to do on the road, and Dog Nation should be proud. A man who has been in that environment and a guy who certainly can help us with the quarterback situation is forever member of the locker room, former Georgia quarterback Hutson Mason, who joins us
here, I guess,
in the locker room on the Fan 680 and 93.7 FM. Good morning, Hut.
Morning, guys.
What we saw was what we've seen. A Kirby team go on the road, be disciplined, be prepared, execute, and not give up, even though things don't look well at times. What is your biggest takeaway from the quarterback position and the win in Knoxville?
It was a culture win. I mean, when you can go on the road in the SEC and handle the blows that they took from Tennessee, punch after punch after punch, and with a little luck and the ball bouncing the right way, still find a way to win. When your quarterback's making his first start on the road in the SEC, people are already doubting him a couple games into his career. I think that was a huge culture win. And Kirby even said it afterwards. I mean, he even admitted, like, hey, we probably didn't deserve to win, but they found a way to win. And those are the games that add up at the end of the year. And so that's probably my big takeaway for Georgia. My big takeaway for Gunner is that, you know, when a guy is doubted and he's able to go on the road, especially in a hostile environment, and I don't say prove people wrong, but to an element, he did. It's still a long season, but he played extremely well. And, you know, it was clear that Georgia had a bunch of cards that they hadn't played yet earlier in the year against inferior opponents. And the big-time throws that he needed to make in big-time moments, he did. The goal ball on fourth down to Humphreys was an amazing throw and catch. He had a couple plays with his legs that were, I think, game-changer type plays in the red zone. And so all around, like, a very, very impressive performance when you consider the noise and the chatter that was around Gunnar Stockton going into this game.
Hut, noise and chatter around Mike Bobo as well. All Georgia did was run for 198 yards and throw for 304, and you needed every single one of those yards. What did you like about Coach Bobo's game plan this week?
The thing I loved the most about it was, and you guys have heard me say this year, is the quarterback run game in the red zone. I mean, when you get down in there, things get tight, and passing lanes become harder to find. You got to be more precise. When you got a quarterback who can give you some of that +1 in the run game, I mean, it almost makes you impossible to defend from a defensive perspective. And it ended up being a big part of the game was the red zone. Georgia went 5 for 5. Tennessee went 2 for 3. And we saw Bobo sprinkle in some concepts, specifically in the quarterback run game, that they hadn't put on paper yet or hadn't put on tape. And so I think there were a couple times where Tennessee just maybe saw a certain run for the first time that they hadn't seen this year. And so those are some things that you're able to do when you play an Austin Peay and a Marshall to open up the season. But, you know, Coach Bobo called a fantastic game. There's always going to be noise, and people are always going to blame Bobo. And he's much like a quarterback. You know, he's going to get more blame than he deserves, and he's probably going to get more credit than he deserves in moments. But this is one where it was as close to an A-type performance from him from the booth, the way he used his quarterback in the red zone, in my opinion. And I think it's going to be a huge X factor for Georgia the rest of the year is Gunner's legs.
With your quarterback eyes, what are you seeing from the Georgia offensive line?
Well, the right side of it is specifically, you know, a massive question mark right now, mainly because of rotation and injuries. They're still not very good in pass pro. And you know what? Maybe they don't have to be elite because they've got a mobile quarterback who will get them out of some things this year. But they're using a third string right tackle on the last drive in overtime. And so, you know, it's this same kind of thing happened to them last year where some injuries derailed them. Ernest Green came in, but never got to finish the game because of a back injury. And so it feels like it's going to be kind of a question mark the entire year until maybe some starters can get healthy. But, that's where I think maybe the mobility of the quarterback can help out tremendously. And I think we saw that sometimes in the game Saturday where protection busts down. And it's the beauty of, having the mobile quarterback is sometimes, as a play caller, you don't call the perfect play or you're in a bad play, and an athletic mobile quarterback can make you look really good and get you out of a bad play into a good play.
Well, you look at where they are. They're 3-0. They have a win on the road, and everything went as planned when you're talking about remaining calm when things don't go your way. To that point, the secondary and the explosive plays, is that just up-tempo with Josh Heupel's offense, or do you think that's a bigger concern that other coaches around the SEC could take a look at?
Oh, for sure. I think people will be looking at, hey, how can we exploit and find maybe one-on-one situations for Georgia's corners? Kirby spoke about it a little bit in the post-game presser. It wasn't really a lot of bust. It really looked like it was more just one-on-one situations where our guys just didn't go make a play.
Right.
And Tennessee receivers, give them credit, they went and got the ball, and I'm sure other offense coordinators across the SEC are going to be going hey, what can we take away from that? But when we get into a one-on-one situation, you got to find a way to just go make a play. I mean, the first touchdown of the game, it looked like our DB kind of tripped. Mm-hmm. And in that situation, I kind of thought hey, tackle the guy. Don't give up the touchdown. I'll take a 15-yard penalty if you're about to trip versus giving up a touchdown. But you got to give credit to Tennessee too, man. I mean, they had a great game. I mean, I think Joey Aguilar started out 14 for 14, if I remember.
Yep.
And, I mean, he was just dealing, man. And the way that offense for Tennessee just moved up and down the field the first three drives, I mean, after that first score, I go, holy smokes, settle in. This is going to be – if they keep up this pace, I mean, this is going to be hard. But they did it, and Georgia kind of made some adjustments. But, yeah, the one-on-one situations, Georgia's DBs have got to become better in some of those situations moving forward, and I think they will.
You learn on the road, and you figure things out. And football is a crazy deal. You're down 21-7. And it's a 3rd and 7 type of play. Tennessee goes cover 0, and Bobo calls a perfect play to the screen to Zachariah Branch, and he goes to the house and makes it happen. How much do you like this the skilled players' ability on this football team right now with all the guys that we can talk about? Colby Young, Branch, Humphreys, nice play. Lucky getting involved as well.
Yeah, and really, I mean, you didn't even mention Dylan Bell, who a lot of people thought would be our best weapon coming into this year. The Branch addition is a game changer for this offense. I mean, what he's done through the first 3 weeks, and he takes that bubble route for a touchdown. I think that was a 30, probably a 35 yardage touchdown, and it was caught a yard behind the line of scrimmage. And so that to me is probably the element of the receiver room that's been missing the past couple years. The wiggle, the guy who can catch the ball in space and just take it to the house. And so, tight ends got more involved. I think you really got to feel good. It's amazing how much it's changed in 1 week. We'll see how this thing plays out. But I think what you can take away is there's a lot of different skill types in that receiver room. And Branch is the best of them, in my opinion. I would like to see us use a little bit more of Colby Young's height in the red zone. I think there's a couple times, especially if we start getting really good at running the ball, people are going to load the box, and we can find that big body, throw it up to him at 6'4", 6'5". But, yeah, I really like the way we're finding a lot of different guys. And if you're going to play cover 0 almost in the middle of the field, and you're going to dare us to throw it to Branch on a bubble route, and he makes one guy miss, you're going to pay for it.
Good stuff. It was a fun game, exciting game, and a game where a lot of people can believe that there is absolutely nothing wrong with the Georgia program under Kirby Smart. Look forward to talking to you next week, Hut.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
Hutson Mason, he joins us every Monday here in the locker room on the Fan 680 and 93.7 FM.